Hello, welcome to Drakewind. I'm James, your Drake Warden, and I'm joined by four lovely players as we do every other Saturday. But wait, it's Tuesday. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for
And wait, we were just here on Saturday.
what? What? What's
Crazy.
happening? What's happening? So that premonition about Warrior and Nate doing DNO before or after, whatever, times become unhinged. Everything is happening all at
The
once.
multiverse.
Yeah, it's a multiverse of madness. Don't cease and desist us, Marvel. So
If only we got cease and desisted by Marvel.
that'd be amazing. We got cease and desisted by the Young Bucks for our Dive Club shirts. So that probably doesn't mean much to you, but
Did you really?
yeah. They everything club. They Pro Wrestling Tees in New Japan gave the old yoink. So yeah, that's why I went to our alternatives, the Sweet Circles, which was totally a sweet ripoff of Two Guys, a Girl, and Pizza Place, which was ripped off by Warriors truly.
This is by Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, everybody's.
It would actually be like Marvel cease and desisting, as it's like 1 degree from Marvel.
It's like we're basically mentioning their movie, Free Press. Free
Right.
Press.
They should be paying us.
Yeah,
The movie was
Marvel.
called Free Guy.
Yeah.
It's called Free Guy.
So whatever happened to the Wardens of Tomorrow? We're gonna keep finding out tonight as we introduce ourselves. I'm James. This is Welcome to Drakewind Falls, or Drakewind Falls, or Drakewind. You can follow us at Drakewind on Twitter, as well as at Known World Unite on Twitter for all of the lovely shows that are produced here on twitch.tv/Known World United, as well as our annual fundraising. Play games, heal kids, Extra Life, extra-life.org. Search for Known World United and any of our lovely names, which are not displayed here, but we'll tell you them as we go around the horn in counterclockwise order as we're wont to do, starting with the one and only Ringer.
That's right. I am Nate, your D&D Ringer. I'm playing Horton Abernathy, Owlin Wizard, who right now is in class, not knowing anything is going wrong.
Heyo.
I'm Greer. I play Highland, a very chill Minotaur, Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer. Right now, Highland is at the Beacon, but he's about to leave the Beacon.
We're all about to leave the beacon. I'm Christy. I am playing Fern, and she is a half-elf sorcerer cleric hybrid, and she has a best friend, giant new doggo named Neil. He's great. He's definitely not a dragon. Absolutely not.
Is it Neil with an A or with an I?
It's an I, because it's Nicola. So
Sure, it's good to know.
yeah.
Wait, he's what?
I know. Spoiler.
Neil
Yeah.
place.
It's spelled exactly like Neilcola, a very common dog name.
I like that I was trying to think of a name to name him, and I was like, Neil. That seems like a good dog.
That's a
name.
good name. I like Neil.
And now I feel like somebody named their dog Neil because it is a really great dog name.
Very common.
Absolutely. Neil the dog.
And I'm Joel, playing Vector Stokes, the human-ish cleric fighter. He's human. Cleric fighter, who at this very moment is doing his best impersonation of a porcupine.
True story.
So yeah, where was everybody? What's everybody doing right before we ended? I can't remember what happened at the end of last episode.
I feel like
Getting
there was
shot with
some,
an arrow.
yeah, I feel like there was some encroaching magical darkness, and so we were gonna GTFO.
We're going to GTFO.
Going out
story.
the back.
Yeah,
Did we
going
decide
out
we were
the
gonna
back.
go try to find Horton? Is that where we?
Yep.
we're headed.
We were going to go to. We hadn't really discussed it. We had. We hadn't really discussed it, but we were probably going to head toward campus because those of us with crystals had gotten messages about
Right.
making sure that Horton was okay.
And the other ones are also present. But they're feeling very balanced.
I'm like,
All right.
not only am I equally threatened, I'm the only one taking damage.
That is true.
Well, no, should have maybe a less method porcupine impression.
Oh man. So we ended the last episode of Drakewind Falls with magical darkness, which you have experienced before, creeping into the beacon.
Experience is certainly a word to you.
Right? I mean,
Experienced it.
you experienced it.
We experienced it not going well.
Not going well. There's plenty of experiences that are not going well.
It is an experience. That's fair.
Yeah. So as the magical darkness rolls in, Highland, Fern, you both receive warnings to go protect our sweet little Owlin boy, and also to ensure that it is safe. As you are making your way out, Ferdinand and Merdinand, his spiritual doppelganger with the sweet mustache, charge in to begin to cover your escape out the back. Becker, you have been shot with an arrow right between your kind of shoulder pauldron and your chest plate, and it's an ouchie. It's an ouchie one.
As opposed to the non-ouchie arrows that impale you.
Becker's a stout lad. You know, maybe
True,
that's like something he does for fun in his free time. Like, who can shoot people in the shoulder without hurting too bad? I don't know. I don't know what you kids do these days. Drakewind Falls. He's an outsider. Maybe he's bringing new games in. You know, I never heard of Stump or whatever it's called, something Schlager, Hammer Schlager, until I went down to the coast, and then I was like, "This is a thing," and they were like, "Of course, this is a thing." So, you know, we all have our own cultural traditions, Christy. Okay. Stop being such a fascist. Okay,
Wow.
out the back.
Wow.
See, Joel's on. Yeah,
Out the back.
out the back. No fascism.
Becker's gonna do a little like break off the end of the arrow.
Okay, so you're just breaking off the end of the arrow and throwing the thing off. Okay,
Yeah.
worry about getting it out later.
Problem for
Let's see tomorrow, Becker.
It's better than waiting for more arrows.
That's true. That's true. Sometimes I'll be running around playing Minecraft and then realize, oh, I have like 8 arrows sticking out of me because I haven't slept in a couple of days. You just run around with arrows sticking out of you.
It's fine.
As
long as they're not in your leg, you're fine.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so you guys head out the back. You hear Ferdinand and Merdinand with his very distinctive chefy accent charging in to hold off folks at the beacon. Oh, the lovely beacon. Warrior just made a beautiful logo for it too that we can put on coffee mugs, which you can get at some fill in the blank here, James. Edit this later. Beep, 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 beep. Right down here. Get the link. It's in the chat. Okay, so you guys head out the back, and you see that there's no magical darkness ensnaring the back too far. Highland, you're able to lead folks out. You know kind of where the not just the back door is, but the secret back door. And so you guys head down into the root cellar, and you're able to enter into a series of tunnels that you are familiar with, that you've used to kind of move around back in college days, as well as in kind of more recent shenanigans. here in the falls. And these can deposit you in a couple of places around town. The closest of which to the academy is probably still a little ways away, but you never wanted to kind of enter directly into the academy just in case there was any sort of magical wards up that you didn't notice while you were going through. So you guys can make your way through these tunnels and pop up pretty close to the academy, probably about 100 yards away. 100 yards, the magical equivalency of checking for traps. If we're talking about wards and whatnot.
What's the situation when we emerge? Are we in like an alley, a street, a park?
Yep, into an alley. You're close to one of the kind of side gates to one of the small kind of garden squares, similar to the one that Becker and Horton spend a lot of time at, but just kind of on the outskirts of the fishery.
We see magical darkness anywhere?
No magical darkness here.
Okay.
Did the magical darkness follow us, or were we being chased by the magical darkness at any point?
I don't know. Make me a perception check.
Oh, jeez.
You especially.
20.
That's fair. That's an 11.
Hey! You don't notice any darkness beyond the kind of darkness of the tunnels themselves. What do you guys are you using anything to light your way, or are you just relying on some of the natural ability to see in the dark?
So not all of us have natural abilities to see in the dark. So in the tunnels, Highland would summon Light Dude, and
Light Dude. We haven't
Love
seen
Light
him
Dude.
in a while.
they just sort of walk, one more amorphously than the other, kind of side by side, and then he would let Dude go do their own thing before emerging. Because it's morning, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. So and then when Highland emerges from the tunnel, he will on the direction away from which way they're going to go toward campus. Highland will minor illusion a 5-foot high wall, or like a fence, just so it looks like there's a barricade there. So if anyone's trying to follow, it makes them less likely to be seen.
All right. So you guys emerge out. Highland, you cast your minor illusion. Becker, why don't you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, good. This can only be excellent. 25.
Excellent. You're going to take 6, 8 damage.
Cool.
You saved real hard.
So is it safe to assume that I'm poisoned?
No, not necessarily.
Can I tell what's causing the damage?
Why don't you make me a medicine check? I just saw words if you're not slugging your hammer.
16.
You don't feel that you've been poisoned, but you do feel that that arrow inside of you is causing you damage.
Oh, good.
Go rip it out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to try, which is gonna be awful running.
I mean, we can stop for a minute.
Yeah.
Few seconds.
We'll take a minute.
We can pause briefly.
Okay.
I don't see anything coming. There's a big wall back there. Real wall. Back there.
Absolutely.
All right. So you guys are going to try to extract. You're going to try to extract.
Are any one of us better suited for that than any other of us?
No, but I don't feel like I gave up the survival lab.
I mean, I assume that pulling that out is going to be another medicine check,
I don't give up a good medicine value. Maybe I do get.
or is it going to be?
I'm not a lesson proficient.
Yeah, I've only got the one gear. I'm just gonna grip it and rip it.
All right. Sounds good. So why don't you just, if you're just gripping and ripping, make me a strength check.
21.
21. Okay. You rip that thing out, and you see that the arrowhead is glowing brightly.
Oh, that doesn't seem usual.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I could like see if I know what kind of magic. See if it's magic. Maybe it's just
Yeah. If you want to make an Arcana check.
sure. 21.
Yeah. So you see it's four pieces like this, and they look like they are magically imbued and fused together. And the closer that you look at them, you see that they are pieces of a single dragon scale that have been like broken and formed around this arrowhead. And there is magic radiating from inside of this kind of like scale arrowhead.
Gotta tell what
What the
kind
heck?
it is.
You could try.
And Arcana.
I mean, detecting magic would tell you the school, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's not a school of magic.
Does it seem like something that would allow people to keep track of where we are?
No.
Then I am going to put it in a pouch
Okay.
and resume our trek towards Horton.
Okay. All right. All right. So, how are you guys going about this? Are you taking the Becker approach to the arrow, or are you going to be sneaky, or how are we getting to our sweet little Owlin boy?
To be honest here, it's not that hard to spot. He sort of sticks out. So not so much trying to be stealthy and just trying to utilize his knowledge of the area, his extensive knowledge of the area, as well as minor illusion and other similar cantrips to sort of throw off a trail. So periodically doing things like he did with the wall. He's like creating fake, he's creating illusory barriers to help them sort of pass less noticed. Similarly, before they take back off, Highland is going to he's going to blow on the steam coming off of his mug, and it as it floats toward Becker, it spells out the word balance, and you can have 6 hit points back.
Oh, that's useful. Because while we were running, I cast Sacred Flame on my shoulder to cauterize the wound.
Awesome. Joel, you can take inspiration. Warrior, you can take inspiration. Beautiful. Warrior, can you tell us a little bit about that? Is that a part of the kind of magical artifact, or is that a spell?
That is healing word.
Nice, very cool. Shaggy, thank you for multitasking, by the way. We appreciate it. Okay, and Becker, you'll take no damage from that, as your relationship with the forge allows your body to almost heal itself by using that sacred flame to cauterize the wound. You see it cauterize, but you don't feel it. It's like it's like being able to pass your hand through kind of magical fire. Okay, so Horton, you are in your first class of the day. What's your first class of the day?
That's a great question. If I remembered that, I would tell you very quickly, but I don't. So I'm gonna look.
Are you just taking the 3 classes this term?
Yeah, just the 3. So it's Poffles and you.
Oh, Poffles and you.
Oh no, Professor Jean Lanny.
Yep.
Yeah. Got something to tell you, Horton. Yeah. Thanks for helping me with those lizards. So he's giving his usual, subdued lecture. He's been talking about the awakened bears, actually, the process of the awakening, and then the eventual kind of loss of magic, and talked about the stacks of stones, the cairn. Also talks a little bit about their propensity to kind of have this far off look in their eyes, kind of remembering their previous existence before being reawoken, the years that they spent out in the wild. And so as he's going through that, you have a kind of momentary kind of twitch in the back of your head, and you hear your grandmother's voice, and she seems very austere but not angry with you, and says, prepare to be excused from class, Horton. You have people that are coming to see you, and they're going to ensure that the rest of your term is very successful.
Oh, okay. So it's time for extracurricular activities?
Extra. Make sure that the extracurricular activities are safe and sound.
Of course.
All right. Really, Nightbot? Come on.
So you get for using capital letters, man.
Woof.
Yeah,
Woof.
Nightbot is always feisty.
Nightbot's a trash bot. You're a trash bot, Nightbot.
Whoa.
If Nightbot comes back with "I don't appreciate your sarcasm," I'll be really impressed.
I was really hoping that the capital letters or the lowercase letters were going to spell something, and I was staring at the chat for like a good minute while we were all talking, like trying to spell out what Warrior's trying to tell us, but alas, Nightbot. Yeah. Shaggy. We got Nightbotted. It's not only me. Night booted.
No.
Okay, so Highland, Fern, Becker, I'd like you to. Are you just kind of full on moving through as you're kind of casting those, or are you trying to be a little sneaky?
Highland is being
As sneaky as possible.
about it. Highland is being discreet about his casting, but he is also trying, because there isn't an imminent threat visible. He is trying to be casual. Like he's trying to look pretty normal. So, like he's not. It would be weirder for people to see Highland sneaking through campus than it would be to see him just walking through campus. So he's kind of doing his tour bit, but in a more obfuscatory way. And he also is if they pass near any administration buildings in particular, he will kind of look through the windows, from whatever distance they're at, and like send messages through to get folks and to start locking campus down.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Why don't you roll me percentages?
80.
80.
I was 80. It is 80 and 0, so it's like 800.
You guys, I've done it.
I see rainbow.
I'm so alive.
I think I alerted a god to the fact that campus is in danger.
I see every faculty member that's ever taught here. Yeah.
Dead and alive.
Yeah, absolutely. As you are kind of moving through, you see that there are people that are moving kind of swiftly about. None that are kind of remaining still. You can tell that they haven't kind of broken out into the academy yet, but you can tell that a lot of the administration is moving pretty quickly. And you also recognize, roll me a d4.
2.
So you also see 2 additional people that are typically not here. One is Karam Urundur, who is an elven descendant of Agnor, who was the first red dragon bound. And you see our good friend Houndo Woofington, a ranger of the green and goodest boy, who is making his way through, and they are not typically at the academy. You know that they sit on the Council of 12, and you're familiar with them from kind of that part of kind of living in the falls. But being at the academy is something off. So you know that they are kind of alerted, and you can make those connections and let them know. And when you make a connection with Houndo, he says, must do a heck and protect on the little owl. Make sure it's safe. We'll take care of the rest.
Gotcha. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. All right.
Who are you calling a boy?
Give him mage hand scritches.
I'm all man, lady. Okay. All right. So you kind of make your way there. Horton, you can hear that as little commotion as humanly possible. There's some. Well, you're wearing your slippers, Highland. So I guess Horton, why don't you make me a perception check at advantage? Oh, look at them! Listen to them click clacks tonight.
Yeah, that. It sounds lovely, but that's real bad. Perception, that's 8.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Horton, even well attuned to the fact that someone is coming to gather him, doesn't hear anything except for Professor Lanny going on.
He's just really engrossed in the lecture.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's being a good student.
Yeah, then they take the rocks. Yeah, and then they remember a time before they lost all their intellect and they had to stack them up right next to the lake. And Horton's just like,
Yeah.
Enraptured.
Becker,
Yes, ready.
can you make me another Constitution saving throw?
Oh, goody. That would be a 9. So the answer to your question is no. No, I cannot.
Perfect. Roll me percentages, would you?
65.
900. Okay. You are going to. You're going to take 3 damage. And you, where have you put the arrowhead?
I put it in like a pouch. Like
Okay.
a belt pouch.
You can, if it's like next to your body, you can like feel your like heartbeat like in that like pouch next to you.
Oh, well, god damn it. He's a cleric, not literally. I did not want to do this on the run, but I'm going to cast Identify.
All right.
So that I can know exactly what this thing is and what it's doing.
Okay. So you cast Identify, which is going to cause you to enjoy the fruits of your friendship with your good Owlin buddy as you pull out a little Horton feather and wrap it around a pearl and kind of push it, up against this arrowhead. And as you hold that, you feel it begin to unfurl, and you open your hand, and sitting atop of the feather that has been kind of coated in that pearl that has been kind of melded into it, you see that the arrowhead itself has become unfused, and sitting at the heart of where it attached to the shaft of the arrow is a small black crystal.
Okay.
This looks very similar to other crystals that have recently been acquired. You imagine that this crystal was delivered to you via arrow
It's your crystal!
by your acquaintance Fletcher Coney, as it was the black crystal that he once held.
What an asshole way to deliver something.
I've been wanting to do that in a game for the longest time. Like, something needs to be delivered. We're going to shoot him with it.
God damn
it. Sorry to pull back the curtain before we go behind the falls.
Am I able to determine whether putting this back in the belt pouch for the time being will, is it going to continue to harm me? Or will it settle the F down?
Only one way to find out, I suppose. I mean, you could try any number of things at your disposal, you lovely cleric. I mean, you've cast Identify, so you know that it's a magically imbued object, right? You know that it is in fact tied to black dragon essence, which is a kind of a poison, and you recognize that it has been used and is worn down, right? I mean, one of the things that Becker, since you are a cleric and have some connection, is that the beacon that kept the falls protected was more than just a machine. There was an element of this dragon bond that sustained not only the kind of glamour that covered the falls from the eyes of the outside world, but it also kind of sustained those crystals. And so the longer that those have been away from this rejuvenation every year, they still sustain through the dragon bond, the kind of drake bind that exists with Wardens, but they have kind of slowly over time kind of consumed the energy that's in them, and the crystals have gone from being these larger things that their drakes held to these more kind of small, minute kind of magical, kind of essences. And so this is created through kind of a series of magics, but they're deep magics. It's not a simple spell that you could identify per se, but it is a kind of series of castings and runes and other things that each of these were kind of tied to the essences of these different chromatic powers, which were meant to fight off, as we talked about in Microscope, like originally, to kind of stand in defiance of Tiamat. So
I'm just going to grumble a quick, cut that shit out and put it back in the pouch.
I like tough talk. Make me an intimidation roll. Tough talk the crystal, actually.
Well, I rolled a 1. But
you do have
I'm -1 at charisma.
Are you going to let that go, or are you going to use your inspiration, or are we just going with the 0?
I mean, really, he just had to say what he had to say and put it in the pouch.
Okay. Yeah.
Deep down, whether it came across or not, he's thinking, if it keeps doing that, the first anvil I come to, anvil, hammer, crystal.
All right, make me a Constitution saving throw.
16.
Okay. And when you go to put it in your pouch, you reach in your pouch and it cuts you just a little bit on the way in. You take one slashing damage. I love the idea that everybody has this like very serene and protective relationship with their crystal, and Becker's like, you piece of shit.
I mean, all it's done is cause me harm. Why would I have a good relationship?
It's a very fair question, man.
I didn't start this nonsense. It picked the fight.
Fair. All right. Highland, Fern, Becker is doing his thing. Are you guys all moving again, or are we waiting for Becker now that we're done with that?
To cast Identify. I waited to let him take the trial.
Okay.
Steady moving, so he can catch up. I mean, like I said, I'm not looking at through campus. I'm moving. I'm walking faster than I usually do, but like in a reasonable way. Rare occasion, actually have something I need to go do, like 5.
Yeah.
And I don't know that Highland is important class schedule.
Yeah. I think Becker does. And so I would assume that Becker could probably lead them to where you are. I mean, between the two of you, I think that we'd probably be able to get it figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you guys make me each of you can make me a survival check. Let's see. 18, did you say, Becker?
17.
17. What was that?
6.
Perfect. Becker, you're like, yeah, he has Poffles and you with Professor Lanny, and Highland, you're like, might have slept through that one. But you guys can kind of make your way there. Fern, why don't you make me a perception check? Holy buckets. So as Becker and Highland are kind of like doing the Benny Hill, like running like down the passageway and indoors and out the other doors, then crossing and going back and forth trying to figure out where Horton is. You hear the dulcet tones of Professor Lanny coming from down the hall. Yeah, and then bears came back to their consciousness and been walking around. One of them's even got a big boulder made out of turtle shell. Yeah, scooped it right from the river. Didn't hurt the turtle though. Turtle's been deceased for a long time. Sometimes the shells wash up on the shore. And you're like, I think it's that way. So you guys make it through. Horton, you see Becker and Highland and Fern kind of like walking through, and Professor Lanny is going hard right now. So you know that you need to be excused from class. You are probably guessing that these are the people that are coming to carry you. But I would love for you to tell me how you're going to make a subtle and discreet exit.
Oh, okay. Well, if he's kind of getting all heated and talking about bears, I'm going to wait until he kind of turns around to make some sort of notation on the board. Then I'm just going to slip out.
All right. Make me a stealth check.
Oh, there we go. That is 21.
Ooh, that's good because I rolled high. I had
So
a 19.
stealthy.
Oh.
So he's talking up at the board and he's B-E-A-R, yeah, bears. He turns around and he starts like talking. And he's like, "I think we're missing somebody here." No, all right, bears. Let's keep going. So he just like keeps talking along. You are able to sneak out. Your buddies kind of give you like the hey, what's going on? Wink on the way out, but you have escaped to Highland, Fern, and Becker. Where to now? What's going on?
Well, hey, Horton, you're a teacher. So are we. We've got
That's
that
not
going.
good.
We got to go.
Like now.
Gotta go.
Let's get out of here.
Okay. Where are we going to go?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I thought there'd be more guidance, maybe in that way. It was sort of just a flee, and I was like, all right, I appreciate leaving it open-ended and giving me my independence in this kind of situation, but also I could probably use some guidance because I don't know where they are.
Highland, roll me percentages.
Hi, Huey.
Oh, he unfortunately can't hear you.
It's okay.
Dude,
Maybe louder.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Nate knows. Gotta yell it. Hey, Sarah.
See, this is why I was disappointed that we didn't play on Saturday, as I wanted to 2-for-1 Hey Sarah.
Oh man, that'd have been good. That'd have been so. Wait, was that her?
Hey Sarah!
She heard me.
She did hear you.
Yes.
You summoned her
I
forth.
did it. I finally did it. And Joel, you're totally right. It would have been a double Hey Sarah. That'd have been amazing. Holy crap. We just entered a whole new world of fun. Okay. What did you hit, Highland? Sorry.
52.
52. Okay. So roll me a d4, Highland.
1.
1. All right. You pick up your sending stone. You're kind of like talking to it, and you hear your dad's voice, and it says, "Oh, hey, buddy, how are you doing? Long time no chat. I had the most wonderful dinner the other night."
Helen's like, I'm going to let them slide. He is going to use his sweet new crystal-based mug ability to ask his mug where they should go.
Oh, all right. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when Island received his crystal in a non-violent fashion, he gained the ability to he put it in his mug, which is his spellcasting focus,
Yep.
and gained the ability to vaguely sort of a little bit augury, a little bit questiony, ask the crystal which I question and get an answer.
All right. Excellent. So when you peer into your mug, you see the crystal kind of spinning around, and it slowly starts to kind of create a fog in the cup, and it's a kind of mirror on the wall type of thing. And you start to see the Wing Whisper Mountains, and it starts kind of close to the falls, kind of where you are, and you see it slowly kind of moving out past Bonder's Pass and through the Montane Meadows to an area that you've only been near but really haven't explored much, which you recognize as what is now the Drakewind Maw, but is formerly the Drakewind Hearth. You know that based on kind of common lore and everything that's going on, that this is a craterocracy, and it is ruled by goblinoids, bugbears, vareg, hobgoblins, goblins, and you see kind of this rather clearly. From history that this is where the kind of betrayal happened about 50 years ago. And so this is what your mug shows you, and then it kind of goes clear again, and the crystal itself, that kind of bluish flame, it's this kind of like deep blue hue. It goes back to that like white crystal essence that you recognize.
Highland takes a sip from his mug. He's like, well, and then he says, well, we got a ways to go, y'all. The old crystal's saying we should get to Drakewind Mall. It's ways out there.
It is a ways out there. Can everybody make me a perception check?
18.
Nope.
12.
12.
I love when we're here, like rolls and then like looks up, and he's like kind of smiling, but kind of like, that's not gonna do it. Becker, you recognize as Highland is talking about this, that there is around the kind of outskirts of the academy, like you guys have been moving through to trying to kind of like move out of the academy, that on the outskirts of the academy, not entering in, but on the outskirts, there is some magical darkness that's starting to creep in.
Gah!
Gotta go.
GTFO Part 2.
Yeah, we gotta
All right.
go. It doesn't matter that's far away. We gotta go like now.
Yeah, let's go. I don't know how to get there, so it's
Okay. So my favorite and your favorite. I'd like to hear how you guys are escaping, and we're going to do the infamous. We're gonna do the infamous 5 successes, and you can only use each skill once. And so once you've done a skill check, pass or fail, that skill has been exhausted. We'll roll initiative to see kind of how we're going through this, and I want you all to kind of just move through. No coordination, just like tell me what your character is doing to kind of move the party through all of the different kind of skill checks that you might use to make your great escape.
I'm going to start with religion.
Okay.
And I'm going to use thaumaturgy and ask Anatar to make like a flash of flame in the direction we need to travel.
Excellent. All right. Cool. Make me that religion check. Roll that religion. That doesn't sound good.
Let me just go. You know what? Let me go ahead and use that inspiration.
I was gonna say.
because that one is probably not going to.
Oh man, you guys are really.
It's a little streaky. 11.
For the first one, yes, that'll be a success.
Okay.
All right, so religion is a go. You see, kind of right in between where the kind of darkness is sweeping in, you see this eruption of flame like pierce through the magical darkness, and as that happens, you see that there are three individuals that have similar kind of spearheads that, rather than kind of wrapped kind of scale around that, there is a like dragon scale at the end of a long bow, and you can tell that they are using that to cast this magical darkness. The rest of their armor is a kind of deep kind of blush with kind of black tinges, and you can see that this is like dragon hide armor. For that second that it's illuminated, it kind of blows back, and they're kind of knocked off of their kind of bases, and it kind of opens a kind of hearth that you can see that is kind of burning out, but there's a hole kind of right through the magical darkness. Okay, who's next?
Oh,
Can I bless my friends?
You can bless your friends.
I'm gonna do that.
What are you using for that?
Does that technically use?
I mean, it's not a skill check, so you can do things, or you could cast things for your turn.
Right.
But we're not going to kind of get a success or failure out of that. We have one success.
That's
so
fine.
far.
I'm gonna bless my friends, so just everybody has that moving forward.
All right.
Seems useful in this particular case.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. One bless coming up.
So we all get a, what is it, plus D4?
Plus D4.
To attack roll or saving throw, right?
Yep.
All right.
And it's up to 3 of you, so it's gonna be the 3 of you.
Hello. All right. Horton, Highland, who's gonna make the next move? And we'll just go in the same order as we're going through. So Becker, and then Fern, and then
I'll go just so we're doing a fun clockwise. We have counterclockwise that keep the ability to do something clockwise.
This is amazing. Maybe this will unlock your ability to roll well, guys.
I already will, so I hope it doesn't.
Oh no! Maybe
Relock
it's
it?
just hitting.
I hope it doesn't, curse.
I roll a 6.
Highland is going to deceive their pursuers by using similar tactics to what he used to get here. So he's utilizing minor illusion to create images, to create sounds, footsteps going in the wrong direction, stuff like that. While utilizing his, again, extensive knowledge campus to augment that. So that is 24.
Yeah, that's outstanding. And what is it that you're just casting that, right?
It's deception is the
deception.
skill, and he's using the cantrip minor illusion
Okay.
consistently, like as they need it. Like they don't have to stay once the group is gone. So he's just sort of like noise, image, noise, and whatever seems best for the area and scenario they happen to be in the moment.
Yep. Okay. All right. So that's another success, and you are as that kind of hearth explodes out and the kind of dragoon are kind of knocked off. You kind of cast this deception, and you see these everybody, Horton, Fern, Becker. You see these kind of familiar deception based forms kind of spring up kind of on the periphery, and it looks like you guys have split up. And so as they kind of wrap themselves in that magical darkness and start pushing it out again, they start pushing it towards those minor illusions, giving you the opportunity to move towards the kind of stone hearth that Becker has created. Horton, what skill check are you going to be executing flawlessly for us?
So I'm going to use history to remember the best path that we should take to get where we need to go.
That's not too shabby. All right, please pass this.
That's inspiration use. So let me just go ahead and do that. That is cocked. That is not 13.
Yeah. So as you all kind of rush forward, following Becker into that kind of forge fire doorway through the magical darkness, you kind of pop through the other side of that, kind of through this wall of magical darkness that's starting to envelop kind of the outside of the academy. Horton, make me a perception check.
Woof. That is 7.
All right. Excellent. You keep going, and you are, kind of perched on Becker's shoulders, kind of giving him feedback on which way to go. And you are starting to move through. As you're kind of moving through all of these spaces, you can see this magical darkness is spreading through the falls. It has not moved into the academy. I need you all to make me dexterity saving throws.
I'm going to go ahead and cast guidance on myself for this, because I am...
Okay.
Wait, I get a reroll. I get a plus 4 on this, right?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, I doubled my roll with the D4. That's
Oh,
Buddy.
2 plus 2 plus 3. So that is 7.
I got 8.
I got a 16.
With guidance!
I got a 23.
Good job!
He's on my back. Does that help Horton at all?
Can I
No,
also
not
go
really.
back?
yes, Becker, you can roll at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, here we go. So everybody who failed is going to take 11 damage, and everybody else is going to take
Ow.
6 damage.
Well, I'm done.
Ow.
Wait, what was fail?
6?
No, what was?
Oh, fail was 11.
Okay, all right.
11 damage.
I didn't know. I didn't know the DCs.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It was not tremendously high, but they rolled single digits, which is not so great. Horton, did you say you're down?
Yeah, I was just kidding.
Oh,
Oh.
I was like, oh man.
Don't joke
Oh.
about that, because
Already?
it could be real.
Good thing you slept. You would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, had you known we were fighting magical darkness monsters, maybe you would have slept better. I don't know.
Horton, Fern, you have been pierced by what appear to be dragon scales that have been made into projectiles. All right, we are back up to that. That was their turn, by the way. We're back to Becker.
Okay, I am going to use athletics
Okay.
to scoop Horton up like a football.
Yeah. Nice.
Cradled. I'm going to duck the shoulder.
Yeah.
And I am going to full back my way through any darkness fool stupid enough to want to get run over.
All right. Becker, do you have dark vision?
I do.
Excellent.
I
Do you have
rolled a 26 for
Do you have-
athletics.
Do you have anything that helps you see in the magical darkness?
Not so much.
Okay,
Which is why I'm dropping the shoulder and going
I got
straight
you.
through.
I got you. I just wanted to make sure that whatever you're running into, you're just going to strengthen the strength out of it. So let's make some opposing strength rolls. You can make yours at advantage because you got a good head of steam. And let's make 2 of them. So we'll do the first one. You're doing it at advantage.
Okay. 12.
That will beat mine just barely. So you are into the magical darkness now. You have Horton. You're into the magical darkness now. It's completely enveloped you. Highland, Fern, you see Becker like in the couple seconds that it takes him to realize that Horton has gone down. He scoops him up under one shoulder and he just like runs into the magical darkness. You can see that the kind of sacred flame that he kind of imbued his hand in earlier is kind of piercing just the kind of momentary second in front of him, and he kind of stiff arms his way into the magical darkness, and you hear somebody just kind of like grunt like they just got run over. Shaggy, don't forget the Heisman pose at the end and don't spike Horton. All right, second one, still at advantage, Becker.
17.
Yeah, that's definitely going to do it because I only rolled an 8. So you are into the darkness. You have plowed through a couple of Dragoon and just straight up refrigerator parried over them. Fern, what are you doing? You and Highland are kind of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, so we can't see Becker and Horton anymore.
No.
And how far away am I from Highland?
Probably 10 feet.
Yeah.
You guys were all pretty close.
Okay.
But you got pegged and Horton got pegged, and then Becker was like, I need to save my buddy.
True.
/ protect the asset.
Protect the like he's like the briefcase full of nuclear codes.
Yeah. He's the football.
Something like that.
He's the football.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's the nuclear football. Becker got it.
Yeah. I'm like Lady McCluck.
I love all of this.
I don't know what Highland's next move is, and I don't want to impede whatever he's doing by whatever I'm doing.
Well,
One thing Highland can guarantee is he's going to do his own things. You don't got to worry.
It's true. Okay.
maybe he'll try to
I'm
disappear
going-
from this plane. That worked out really well previously. Sorry.
It's all
All right.
What's your skill?
I am going to use. Have we used Arcana yet?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna use Arcana.
Okay.
To try. Can I use Arcana to cast a spell?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a boarding wind around Highland and I.
Okay.
So we have maybe less of a chance of getting stabbed on our way out.
love it. Love this for us.
I thought it was pretty great. Okay. So that is 12, 17.
And tell us what that spell does, so everybody.
Warding wind. It is a strong 20-mile-per-hour wind. It blows around us in a 10-foot radius. It moves with us, remaining centered on us. It does deafen us and other creatures in the area. It extinguishes unprotected flames, hedges out vapor gas, and fog, difficult terrain for creatures other than us, and the attack rolls of ranged weapon attacks have disadvantage.
Okay.
Nice.
Warding wind.
All right.
Like it.
Okay, so you cast that around you. We will use up Arcana, but it's not. You're just casting it, right? You don't have to make a check, correct?
Nope.
Okay. So, all right. So, Highland, you and Fern are. Highland's in a whole new world with you, Fern. Like you are floating on your warding wind.
We're doing it.
And you're like, I cast warding wind, and Highland's like, what?
I can't, this seems helpful, but I can't hear. You probably can't hear this either, but hope in one hand, hope in the other. Put them together, and you got more hope. So
It's true.
And Fern's like, I cast warding wind. All
Meanwhile, Neil's ears are just like
yeah,
his
Highland's
little jowls are
his
flapping.
eyes is like back like the old Dolby dude in the chair.
I love it. Oh,
Wow, I
man.
haven't seen this much. In
Tongues out sideways.
Yeah. All right. Oh, it's me. Okay. Highland is going to knows he can't see in magical darkness and he can't really do much about it. He'll
Don't try to light a torch.
We're in a hurricane now, which is cool. So he'll Highland would like to investigate to see if he can't finagle a way around this magical darkness, so they can get sort of behind the wall / bubble / whatever.
Okay.
So he'd like to, look for a path out.
Okay. And what check are you going to use for that? Sorry.
Investigation.
Investigation. All right.
And I rolled like doo-doo, so I'm going to spend a sorcery point to roll this ability check. Look at me using sorcery points. Okay, that is 19.
All right. So, as you do this, you can't hear anything and you can't see anything, but you catch a whiff of, let's just say, a distinct dwarven ale coming from everything in front of you, and you can kind of see, like, this is like Daredevil. It's like echolocation, only it's like olfactory location. You are able to kind of the warding wind has thrust the pleasant aroma of Becker's drinking indulgence, thrust it into your nose. This is high dwarven tracking brain here. You're able to grab Fern's shoulder and yell at her like, I
We're
smell Becker.
Does the thumb.
What?
We're going this way, and then he like does the thumb thing. So you know what direction he's talking about.
Perfect.
You're able to kind of navigate through, and Becker is just kind of plowing through. We are to Horton. Horton, you are being carried like a foosball by Becker. You're in magical darkness, and you can't see in magical darkness, so you're just you're feeling the impact of these fools making themselves into ridiculous-looking hood ornaments to the Chevrolet Caprice that is Becker Stokes, just mowing fools down. What would you like to do?
So not necessarily a check, but I want to cast Dispel Magic in front of us to get rid of that darkness.
Okay.
So as long as it's level 3 or below, which I think we established last time that it was, it disappears.
Oh.
Oh, they cast it stronger?
Oh,
All right, then I got to roll.
These are sweet, stronger boys. Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, well, let's
And
see.
girls. And non-binary dragoon.
All right, so
Non-binary dragon.
Because
Yeah.
dealing with the lower level ones that almost killed all of us was too easy.
Well, you know.
yes, ability check. Okay, so that is
Yes.
that's 16. So as long as it's 6 or below, I win.
I've won D&D. The day is mine. Okay. Yes, you as Becker is kind of plowing through. You are. Tell me kind of what you do to dispel the magic. Are you just like you're just this little like wizarding football just projecting out?
Yeah, just kind of flapping my little wings in front of me, making it just go away.
Okay. So as you do that, the scene begins to unfold for you and Becker, and you see that there is a line of dragoon mages that have lined up near the edge of the wall. They're standing kind of in front of the wall, and there's a number up on top of the wall, which if you were to kind of pass over that wall, you would start to kind of make your way down the Wing Whisper Mountains. It's not the easiest way down, but it is the way that you are heading, and these reinforcements seem to have kind of made their way in. And Horton, as you make your way there, and that comes through, you see a female dragoon who has her hair kind of tied up in like a large braid, and you see a kind of dragon scale kind of at the front of this kind of top pony. She comes to the front, and you see her take a dragon scale kind of from her pauldron, and then kind of cut the base of her hand and kind of place it on this scale. And as she does so, you see
Counterspell.
that she starts. What's that?
Counterspell.
Oh, okay. Let's see what our
No time like
lowers
this time.
It's like there's no need for us to know what happens.
It's
Let's just
being on the same team when it's being used on you. It's like same team, buddy.
Okay.
Oh god, now Nightbot's going after Day.
Oh no. Watching and streaming. Expects the first raid when the bell strikes 10. Hey, all right, we're in, dude.
Sweet.
Hang out. We'll be here for the after show. Everybody can hang out, learn a little bit about it. All right. So, this is 9th level transmutation.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, that's gonna roll for that.
Okay.
Above your pay grade. Oh, buddy.
I rolled a 19.
Holy
Good job.
You see her do this, and she begins to sprout a pair of dragon wings from her back, and she uses it to start to kind of fly up. And you can see as she starts to like spread her hands out that her hands and legs start to shed the scale armor that she has, and it's replaced by like true dragon scales. And you can see that similar to Zandy, she is like true polymorphing, and she gets up about 15 feet, and Becker is still like, oh, and you are like, just like flapping, and then you like flap, and this like gust of magic like comes from the tips of your wings and starts to kind of wrap around her arms as she polymorphs, and she like shrinks back to her own form and falls to the ground and is able to superhero land at the base. But she kind of like looks up like, oh, this little shit is powerful. And you hear her kind of utter something, and the three kind of mages to either side of her cast magic missiles at you and Becker.
Highland, we're gonna stay in this warding wind for like a hot second.
What's that?
I said, Highland, we're gonna stay in this warding wind for a hot minute.
I can't hear you, but I'm vibing with you.
Armor class doesn't matter with magic missile, does it?
No, magic missile just hits. Luckily, these guys are not a crazy ass form of the dragon people. So you guys are each going to take 5 damage. That could have been a lot worse. I had Horton luck.
Take it.
You jerk.
Yeah, it happens. All right, Joel, you've seen all of this unfold. You're kind of like, wow, little buddy's got some cojones. I don't know what he did, but I like it. And then flap, you get hit with 2 magic missiles. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
14.
Okay. You're able to stay on your feet, but you drop Horton, and Horton kind of just like lands next to you. It's your turn. What you have 8 mages, obviously not super high level with the kind of amount of magical missiles, but then you have arguably someone who could cast True Polymorph. You may not know that per se, but you recognize as a cleric that the amount of like juju that went into that, and like the fact that Horton was able to counterspell it, means that there's like some pretty nasty shit going on.
Yep. As much as I want to scoop Horton back up, and are we still doing the survival checky thing?
No, you guys are. We're just in combat now.
Okay.
We'll keep the same, since it's top of the pops. We'll keep the same order unless you guys want to re-roll.
Okay.
So it'll be Becker, Fern, Highland, Horton, and then the Dragoon.
Okay. In that case, lady wants to be a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
She's still like kneeling, right? She did her superhero landing. So
she did her superhero landing, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go full charge.
Okay.
Clothesline from hell into. Well, I have to land it first, so we'll track one thing at a time.
Okay.
So 26 to hit.
That will hit, yeah.
It will do 5 points of damage.
Okay.
At which point I am going to grapple.
Okay.
And just lock her up so that she cannot cast spells.
All right. Let's make opposed strength rolls. I got a 14. I got a 1 eyebrow. I got the Nate.
Okay, you're gonna love this, James. I rolled a 15.
I also rolled a 15, but she has a -1 to strength, so
I know how that goes.
Maybe she also did not sleep well.
True story. Oh, he got some good sleep last night. He got that good sleep.
Oh yeah, I just have -1 to strength in general.
Yeah,
That's true, you do.
small boy. It's just a small boy.
You're no longer exhausted now, right?
Correct.
That is
That's
correct.
very good going into this fight.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so let's see here. Joel, you have Dragoon boss grappled right now. Fern.
We're still in our Warden Wind.
Yeah.
Have we come upon this situation?
Yeah, if you guys are moving at kind of the same clip, yeah, you would you would probably exhaust your movement and come into like out of this magical darkness since it's been dispelled by Horton. So as you're kind of coming out of that, you're going to see Becker just like grappling this this woman, and Horton kind of perched near them, and there's 8 other mages in kind of full dragon hide regalia with those just the tip spears.
Okie dokie. I think for this turn, we're just going to stay in Warding Wind for a hot second.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you guys stay within the Warding Wind, and Highland. You are in the Warding Wind. You have moved out of the magical darkness, and you see the same scene play out before you. Becker is grappling a woman, and Horton is perched near him, and there are 8 mages cloaked in dragon hide and their dragon scale spears.
Yeah, Highland is going to take his mug, and he's going to fling it like you know, like when your coffee's cold and you're done and you're like, I'm outside, I'm just gonna fling coffee out to the garden or whatever. Basically does that motion, and the magical beverage float is out of the Warding Wind unaffected by it because it's magic, and it sort of starts to like thicken up as it moves toward the dragon lady and 5 of the other mages. I guess probably the 5 that are closest to her.
Okay.
And it just sort of goops them. Like it's like molasses, just like magical molasses, just slops all over them. It disappears because it's just an illusory effect. It's just for flair. But
nobody wants that.
But when he does it, he casts slow. So they all need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Are you able to shape it around Becker? Because
I
he's
can pick
grappling
6 creatures.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you want me to roll individually or all together?
I would like you to roll individually.
Individually? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Boss Lady got a, what is it, wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom 15.
All right, that's a fail. That's a big old fail. Fail. That's a pass, and that's a pass, and that's a fail. So you got Dragon Boss Lady and 3 of the Dragoon mages.
Perfect, great. So for the next minute, their speed is halved. They take a -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throws. They cannot use reactions, and they can either use an action or a bonus action, but not both.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry. If a creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, it has to roll a d20. On an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn, and the creature must use its action on that turn to complete the spell, otherwise it's wasted.
Okay.
Suck it, Dragon Lady.
All right. Okay. Oh, that's a whole thing, huh?
They can make a wisdom save at the end of each of their turns.
Okay. All right. Horton, you've just seen Highland goop a bunch of Dragoon, and Becker give Dragoon lady a hug. What are you up to?
Well, Highland and I had similar thoughts. Horton will also cast a spell. Generally uses it for, making some snow so the little kitties can, sled down a hill when it's maybe not wintertime. But today he's going to cast that on the, we'll say the right half of the mages there. So it's a 30-foot cone. I'm assuming I could get 4 of those mages, not including Dragon Lady.
Yeah, I think that seems fair.
So they need to make a con save.
Okay. How many, and individually or?
So it's 4 of them. You can just roll 1.
Okay. And you're going to go for the 4 that are slowed already?
So Highland focused kind of on the middle ones, right?
The dragon boss, and
So
he hit 6, but 4 of them didn't save. The dragon boss and 3 of the mages.
So I'm doing 4 on the right, whether they saved or not. I don't know.
Okay, those guys, that's 4 that have already saved. So what constitution did you say?
Con 15.
Con 15. You just want me to roll 1?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll roll more, but I'm going to roll big boy for this.
All right.
Which has not been good at all. The balance on these is
Excellent.
real bad. I rolled a 15, and con will be +2,
Minus
so
1?
17.
All right, that's too bad.
17.
All right, so
-1.
it's worth a shot. So they are not frozen in a block of ice. They will take half of 3d8 damage, though.
Oh, yikes.
That's 18 with the roll, so 9 cold damage for each of them.
Okay. Ish. Damn, Horton. Why you gotta be so cold?
Ice cold.
Waka waka. All right. It's the Dragoon's turn. Okay, so basically the ones that are slowed can't do shit, right, Highland? They should just make...
I mean, they can use an action or a bonus action, or if they cast a spell, they have to roll, and if they get above 11, then it doesn't execute this turn.
Okay, so Becker, the Dragoon boss, is going to use her action to summon her minions to attack you.
She's grappled, though.
But she can say something.
Oh, she could say something. All right.
Yeah. I can only use an action or a bonus action.
I thought you meant because she's a magic user. I thought you meant
she's like literally being like end this dude.
Get him off!
Okay, so they are going to cast magic missile at you again, and I will use. And so Highland, magic missile is automatically going to hit, so I can use that as their action. Correct?
What? Yeah, you can use whatever action you want.
Yeah,
if it's a spell, you have to roll a d20, and if it's an 11 or higher, it doesn't happen this round.
Okay, and that goes
And
for
they have to use their action next turn to complete it, or they let it fizzle.
And that's for cantrips as well?
It's any spell level 1 or higher.
Okay, so they're going to use magic missile, which is
Okay.
cantrip. So,
Magic missile is a cantrip?
Isn't it?
No,
Oh, I don't think so.
Pretty sure it's level 1.
not for PCs, but I don't know what their stat block is.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's first level. I think that some can take it as a cantrip, but I'll use it. I'll use it as level 1 and just roll here. Okay, here we go. 18, 17, 3. So you'll get
2 of them 2 of them, so only 1 executes this round. The 2 that rolled higher, you're trying to roll low on that. So the 2 that rolled higher, it does not.
It'll happen next round.
It'll happen next round if they use their action to complete it next round.
Okay. All right, so there'll be 2 magic missiles flying at you, so you'll take 4 damage. All right, and then the others, Horton, they are going to cast magic missile at you. So that would be 7 damage. Hold on 1 second. 10 damage. Magical
that's
force
not good.
damage. Okay. And then the slowed ones can also make a wisdom save at the end of their turn, Highland?
They can make, it's not like use your action to make a save. They can just make a
at the end of the turn. Okay, so I'm going to start with Dragon Boss Lady. 15. What do I need for the save?
You need 50.
Okay, so she's gonna not be slowed next turn. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Gesundheit. 15, 16, 16. Why couldn't I roll like that before? Okay, so they are going to be unslowed. They're going to be unslowed at the beginning of their next turn. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Back to back to Becker.
Okay. Having picked up some training from famed dwarven wrestler Daniel Bryan Danielson.
Good. His beard is.
Yes. He is going to shift from the current grapple to her hands locked in his, still grappled.
Oh yeah.
But with his foot over her face for the traditional dwarven head stomping.
That's awesome. That's wicked, man. All right. So a curb stomping. What is this? One of your improvised strikes, or
This is just unarmed strike.
okay? All right.
So 17 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And that would be 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then 19 to hit.
Okay.
For another 7 points of damage.
Okay. Yeesh. Okay. All right. Fern.
Where's everybody at right now? We're still in the Morning Wind.
Yep.
You've got Dragon Lady grappled.
Yep.
How many fools does she have with her?
There's still 8. 3 of them look not
Still too
happy
many.
and very chilly. Thanks to your little sweet owl boy.
And Horton is where?
He is
Barely standing.
Yeah, he's barely standing, probably about 15 feet away from Becker. And probably 15, 20 feet away from you, in front of you.
Poor Horton. You said he's 15 feet away from me?
No, he's about 15 feet away from Becker. He's probably about 20 feet away from you guys.
Okay.
And then you're the people that were casting at them were about 20 feet beyond Horton.
Okay. We're gonna move up. Well, I'm moving Wording Wind up, so you're coming with, I think, unless you're stepping on Wording Wind Island. So we're gonna move up.
I don't want to move with you. And Fern's like, okay. All right.
There's just a lot of shouting and like gesturing. It's when like your parents go to a foreign country and they don't speak the language, so they're just moving their hands a lot.
I just
Back and
pictured
forth.
like the Tasmanian devil just like goes by you and that like cloud just picks you up and like moves you with.
that's pretty much it. So we're gonna move within Warding Wind to get closer to Horton without actually subsuming him into the Warding Wind, because that will kill him at this point. With the eventual goal of popping out of Warding Wind so I can help him.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. So you guys move up to within.
I hope he realizes it's us and not just like a scary tornado coming to get him.
This is the worst day.
This is how I am. Oh,
I just wanted to finish Buffles and you. I was on time this morning. I was on time. Okay, so you move within like 5 feet of him?
Yes, that sounds great.
Cool. All right. Highland, it's your turn. You've been moved within 5 feet of Horton and about 20 feet of Becker and 40 feet of the rest of the mages, 3 of which look very chilly. And the rest look just kind of PO'd.
Sure. Understand. They had a rough day. Highland is going to bonus action cast Healing Word on Horton.
Okay.
He can't hear it, but the steam from the mug kind of spells out buddy. Oh, he can see it. It's buddy. And then he feels better. So that's going to be 8 hit points. So max heal. It's my next character. So then with his action, he is going to cast a firebolt at the dragon lady. I believe since she's on the ground, I have advantage. Right?
Yeah, I'll say, I mean, she's grappled. So she is on.
Wait, I guess it would be a straight roll because if she's prone, then I would have disadvantage. That's how that works.
Okay.
So maybe a regular roll, or should I roll with disadvantage?
No, I think that. So I think if you're trying to just hit her and not like worried about Becker, then I would say, yeah, Firebolt's tough when people are grappled because I feel like it's not gonna be clean. I'll say this: if you want to try to hit, if you're trying to hit her, they're grappled. I'll have you roll at disadvantage. If you're not worried about hitting Becker, I'll let you roll at advantage. But it's going to hit, but it'll hit both of them.
Becker's strong like bull. It's fine.
I'll roll at disadvantage. Highland believes that Highland is confident that his aim is true, but he is not going to just recklessly throw a firebolt at his new friend. So, yeah, that is 18 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. That is 14 fire damage.
Oh shit. Okay.
Rolled a 10 and a 4.
That is real good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gordon, there's been a big windy ball come up behind you, and a giant bolt of fire has emerged from it. And you can
But not at you.
But not at you. And you can see Fern yelling, and you can't hear anything except for the deafening wind coming from behind you.
No, but I did see the little steam heal thing. So
you did see the steam heal thing, and also
I know they're all good.
You did feel a little better.
That's true.
So got that going for you, which is nice.
So I'm going to use my little icy blast again, and we'll see how that works.
All right, same folks.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many was it? Sorry.
It should be the 4 on the right.
Okay. Rolling a single save.
Yeah. What the heck?
Right.
Just one.
I rolled
You're
a
good.
15.
Oh, seriously.
Plus whatever. What is it? Con or
yeah.
Yeah. So it's 16.
All right. Well, that's 10 damage this time.
Okay. Yeah. 3 of them fall. And one kind of like hulks up and looks real angry.
Oh.
So 3 are down.
3 are down. Yeah.
So we're down to 5 dudes.
5 dudes and Dragoon.
Right, Dragon Lady.
Were any of the 3 ones that were pending the second half of casting magic missile?
No, because those were focused on the other ones. Sorry.
That was a good question, though. That was a valid question.
I am now.
Not that I don't enjoy being pelted with every.
That's fair.
You're getting really good at it.
How wide is the wind thing around you?
10-foot radius, I believe.
That sounds right.
No. I'm gonna try to put that between myself and the remaining Dragoon people.
Okay. So yeah, you're just gonna move around the back of it.
Yeah.
But not into it.
Not into it, no.
Just check. I'm just checking, buddy.
I don't know what that'll do. It'll mess up my feathers.
I know.
It will really mess up your feathers.
It will really mess up your feathers. All right.
When you inside out.
It's the Dragoon's turn. The Dragoon are happy. So 2 of them that screwed up last time will complete their magic missiling at Becker. So Becker, you're going to take 3, 7 force damage. Force damage, right? Yeah. Okay, and then there are 3 more and Boss Lady. So Boss Lady will make opposed strength grapples to see if she can break free. No. Nope. That's illegal.
She would only have to beat a 25.
Well, she got a 2, so
no.
So close.
So close.
Is that
Just
with
needed
the minus
5.
1?
Add the 2. Just needed the 5.
No, it's not with the minus 1. You're right. So it would be a 1 with minus 1. Okay, and the others are going to. They are also going to. 3 of them are going to slam their spears on the ground, and magical darkness is once again going to spread out over a. It's going to basically like kind of envelop everybody again. The other 2, everybody can make me perception checks.
22.
6.
12.
16.
Okay, so Becker and Fern, as the magical darkness is enveloping you and the warding wind, you see that the other 2 start to kind of transmute their hands into these large kind of dragon claws, and they start to move out towards you. Becker, you're going to have 2 slashing attacks on you. One's a 7, and the other one is a 15. Either of those hits?
Cute. No.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Let's see.
I appreciate their effort.
Yeah, they tried.
Where they're coming from.
And Horton, 2 slashing attacks on you. Oh my god. Those are both single digits.
Oh, they don't hit.
How?
13 was all you needed.
I was like, oh, cool ass magical shit. Let's do this. It's gonna be awesome. So they totally miss you, and then I think that is going to be Dragon Boss Lady is grappled, but she's no longer slowed, so she can. What is the grapple, Joel? Can you say that again to me? I'm sorry.
What is that background music?
I have no idea.
I don't hear any of that.
I do, but I don't know where it's.
I
coming.
hear it, but I genuinely don't know who it is.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's very atmospheric.
Yeah.
If you succeed, you subject the target to the grappled condition.
Yeah.
Which is their speed is 0. They cannot benefit from any bonus to speed.
Okay.
Yeah, she just can't move. Is apparently what it is.
Okay.
Like basically, the only thing she can do is try to break free of being grappled.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Well, then we will move on back to Becker. Becker, you're enveloped in magical darkness. You've just shirked off a couple of dragon claw attacks, which you're able to fend off at the last second as you saw them kind of rushing forward with the magical darkness kind of jetting behind them.
Okay. Can I combine a cantrip with my bonus action just for dramatic effect?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. So just a little thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
So like flames are cascading off me a little bit. As I use Giant Smite, and Becker goes from a pretty stout lad to a very stout, say, hill giant.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
This gives me advantage on strength checks, and I figured the extra height and weight would give me a lot of leverage.
Okay.
So since I have her in the trademark Daniel Bryan Danielson, foot on face / chest, hands held, he is going to straighten up and attempt to just rip her arms clean off.
Holy.
Because he's being attacked by other people, and there's no time to fool around with this.
It's a good friend, war crimes, Becker.
He's back, baby! It only took a couple episodes. Okay. All right. Tell me. Okay. Let's make that attack.
So it's just a strength check, right? Like it's not an attack. This
You're
is
just
like
literally trying to rip her arms off with
Yeah.
your giant strength. I think it's
Okay.
just a strength check.
Yeah, just be a strength check.
25.
Oh no.
So I mean, if she can roll
R.I.P.
higher than
her
that, if she can get better than a 25, like she's
With
good.
her -1.
Yep. Okay, here it is.
I mean, you're trying to rip her arms off. She's gonna try to get better.
Yeah, I expect her to.
How is? Keep in mind, this is -1. How's a 3?
Oh gosh,
So you rip her arms off and beat her with them.
that
what
is
would
so
happen.
much better. I just want to commend you because that is better than her last strength check.
It is.
I mean, she went
It's
from
that
2
last
to a
Hail Mary
3.
strength.
That is like exponential growth, and I'm proud. I'm so proud of her.
It's really
You're gonna
good.
give her a hand?
I'm gonna give
You're
her
actually
2.
you're just gonna patronize her to death. That's what's gonna happen.
All right. So in this like fit of
No.
kind of righteous rage, you literally like put a foot down on the kind of side here underneath her elbow or underneath her armpit, and you just clean like rip this off, and you can hear this like guttural, piercing scream as you do this. And the other mages, you see that there's kind of quickly kind of the magical darkness, some of the magical darkness dissipates, and you see kind of people moving around, and you see that her arm where you've ripped it off, kind of dragon scale begins to kind of emerge and like cover this space so that she just has this kind of shoulder stump that is covered in dragon scales as you bandy the arm about.
Slap her with her own arm.
Arms, plural. Arms.
Can you do both at
Double
the same
slap.
time? I think you'd have to make
I'm
two.
holding like this, right?
Yeah.
And standing upright, like I'm doing a clean and jerk.
Okay, well, let's make another. Wait,
16 would be the second one.
nope, that's not gonna make it.
Because he's just thinking spellcaster, no hands, less spells.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So you've done this, I mean, same thing, right? Just like scales kind of cover the edge of her arms where you do this. And you see the kind of magical darkness recede a bit, and they come in. Oh, hey, oh my gosh. Hey, everybody.
Like everybody.
Cyber Jedi, Spike, Nix.
Welcome to Warcraft.
Hey, hi. Yeah, it was.
You're just in time.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Thank you for sending us over. Yeah, you just saw some war crimes by Becker. He's trying to
Super
do a half
Spike gets
giant
it.
and rhythm. Yes. Yes, Super Spike has a whole no witnesses thing. We magical darkness, no witnesses. We're good. So you do that. You hear this kind of guttural scream. The two dragoon that had the kind of transmutated hands kind of rush in to kind of do this. You see them kind of shifting their kind of pack tactics. Fern, it's your turn. You're still in your warding wind.
I'm still in my warding wind. So when he ripped her arms off, magical darkness is still a thing.
Yeah. And there's still
Okay,
magical
so
darkness
she's done.
like on part of this field, but you can see that like they've pulled it back around her, and people are kind of darting towards
Got
them.
you. And how many pools do we still have up?
We still have 5.
Mitch,
we don't
I've
know where
got
the fuck
2
they are.
trophies.
Say that again, Becker. Sorry.
Mitch said, remember to keep a trophy.
Yeah,
Just point out I've got 2.
it's a true story.
True. And she's a snake now. She has no arms.
That doesn't make you a snake.
Totally makes you a snake. What
No,
don't
it doesn't.
snakes have names?
I'm
Arms.
pretty sure it makes you a paraplegic at least.
Not if you're a dragon,
Well, but we don't know.
You're a
what it might
dragon
be.
and you have no arms, you're a snake. That's just science.
But she has legs.
Yeah. Para is 2, not quadra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe snakes have legs too, they just hide them really well. You don't know. You ever asked a snake?
It's all in that pencil skirt. Don't even worry about it. Fern, it's your turn. You're wandering wind. You couldn't hear the guttural scream, but you saw Becker, who is now the size of a half giant, like rip the arms off of the dragoon.
So what can we
leader.
see? Like, what is still obscured in magical darkness? What is not?
Make me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Christy and Nate are our resident high rollers.
Oh, that was actually not terrible. That's a 20.
Wow.
Ooh.
So yeah, you don't hear anything, but then you see some of the magical darkness dissipate, and there is like carnage in front of you. Like you see Becker like with his foot on the chest of this female dragoon, and he's like holding, like just raging and holding these like her 2 arms. And you see the 2 dragoon that had those like dragon claws kind of darting kind of in and out of the darkness, trying to kind of assess the situation.
So we can see Becker.
You can see Becker. You can see the female dragoon, and you catch a glimpse of 2 of the other dragoon mages, but the rest is still kind of spotted with the magical darkness.
So I have caught a glimpse, so I have like a general idea of where they are.
You do. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I needed to know.
Generally, yes.
Generally, as long as they're not near my friends. That's what I need to know.
All right, fair.
But it appears that they are not. Because
No.
Wharton's over yonder, and Becker's committing war crimes, and Highland's still rewarding one with me. Okay.
Becker's like, it's not a war crime if you're not at war.
It's just a crime.
This is self-defense.
I mean, that's fair.
This is an
Look,
incursion.
All I did, if you really think about it, is I unarmed her.
Oh, God damn it.
Disarmed her. You
Uh,
disarmed her.
Mm-hmm. That's all.
Becker, you can have inspiration for that. Fern, you can have inspiration for the punch up.
Yes. Okay.
He could. Spike.
I am going to I'm going to drop Warding Wind to use another concentration spell.
All right. And what
And
will that
I'm
be?
gonna throw up some ye old dragon's breath.
Ye
I'm gonna
old
breathe some
dragon.
lightning into the darkness at these fuckers.
Oh.
Hopefully.
Are you doing it or is Neil doing it?
I mean, Neil is still a doggo. Nobody knows he's a dragon.
Okay. Hey.
He's living his life. But at some point, we should breathe lightning together, because that would be fucking cool.
You should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shaggy, it has not been asked yet, but
No.
that doesn't mean that it won't be.
Alrighty. I've never done this before, so I have to make sure I'm doing it right.
All right.
They need to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay. And you're making it in the general direction of the two dragon claw people?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to make these at advantage.
Okie dokie.
Because they're moving pretty quickly. One is
Fine then.
One is going to pass. One is going to fail.
Okay. Well, the one who failed is going to take. Well, the one is going to take half 3d6, and the other one is going to take. Oh my god, come on. Oh, 4d6, excuse me. And actually,
It's a 2 for
that is lightning, which means I can use a magical destructive wrath. So I think maybe we're just going to deal maximum damage instead of rolling.
Okay.
So that's 4d6.
4d6 or 46?
4d6.
Okay, roll them.
I mean, it's just max damage.
Oh, so just like only 24?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, both of those guys are down.
Great. Bye.
All right.
I hate you.
They hate you too?
Doesn't matter, they're dead.
They're dead. I don't care.
Okay. Highland, it's your turn.
All right. Wait. So, scenario is war crime. Becker.
Yeah.
Dragon Lady is, for all intents and purposes, down.
Yeah.
A bunch of the mages are down, and are the other remaining mages attending to the Dragon Lady, or are they?
You don't see them. They're in the magical darkness.
They're in
right now.
magical darkness. Okay, but Dragon Lady and Becker are not in the darkness.
They are not in the darkness.
Okay, Highland. I think Highland looks kind of sick to his stomach,
Yeah.
and he is going to cast. He's going to cast Vortex Warp on Becker.
Okay.
So
tell us what that does.
Vortex Warp twists the space around another creature that he can see within range, and they can go with it, or they can make a Constitution saving throw if they want to resist it.
Okay.
And they're teleported to an unoccupied space of my choice within 9.
Okay. So you're doing that to how many of them?
I'm doing it just to Becker. It's a
just,
one spell.
Just Becker. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So
So
Becker, you
Becker,
feel
go.
this like this kind of pull at your belly button to somewhere else. Do you resist this, or do you go along with it?
Would I have any way of knowing that this was coming from Highland?
It smells like Genesis.
You catch a gentle waft, of Genensis.
He's also done this to you before. He did this to you in the cave to get you to safety.
Okay. Then, yeah, I guess I'll let it happen.
All right. So, go ahead.
So, yeah, Alan moves him just right next to everybody.
Yeah.
And he says, this is over. It's to go. We can talk about it later.
All right.
I mean, tell them that.
All right, Horton.
Do I know if the 2 back scratchers near me are still around?
No.
Okay. So Horton casts Mage Armor.
Okay.
And then he's going to run away.
All right. Sounds good. I love the idea of Horton like doing this big like like Rowlet like decidui like thing, and like leveling up and then being like,
gotta go,
just like getting the F out of there.
Bye.
All right, so you fly away from the magical darkness, and as you're flying away from the magical darkness, you see it start to like sweep out like it did in the cave when you were with Deej. Like it is all encompassing. It spreads. Mix, that's beautiful. I also love that the COJ is like totally on top of the bit, like way more than I was. But you see this kind of spread out, and like it just kind of explodes outwards, and then momentarily, like it's like when you see a kind of an explosion and a star kind of collapses back on itself. It just, in the same speed that it is kind of radiating outwards from where you all are and enveloping you, it like immediately kind of claps back, and when it disappears, the Dragoon are gone. And that's where we'll end this episode of Drakewind Falls. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll take just a 1-minute break, and then we'll come back, do a little behind the falls. If you guys have questions for us, if these guys have questions for me, if they have questions for each other, and we'll.
Oh man, are we actually having people ask us questions in the chat instead of just making up questions?
Now you guys have to actually do it.
Oh no!
Mitch has a question.
Oh no!
He's ready.
Oh, we'll be back. Yes. Just kidding. That's not the one we wanted to do. I don't know. Wait, I know that. Yeah, we're back. This is Drakewind Falls after show, Behind the Falls, an action-packed episode. Yes, Horton is indeed an Owland, and occasionally, I imagine he hears a poop.
Oh, many heroes. All those kids? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Other questions? What would Professor Lanny rate my professor score? Somewhere between a yeah and a dig it, but definitely above the nothing but garbage. Yup.
He's the cream of the crop.
He rises to the top. But yeah. It's an antagonizer and a poof.
It is
Yes.
double trouble.
Double trouble. But yeah, if anybody has any questions about Drakewind Falls or about the ongoing game, for all the players, any questions that you have coming out of that, there's a lot to process in that episode. So yeah, let's wrap. How's everybody doing?
I didn't prepare a rap. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry guys. We're gonna ruin Christmas.
I'm a bad freestyler, so.
Yeah. Alas. What can you do? What can you do? Yeah, I know.
Put your questions in the chat, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, my chat just
Becker, you get to
froze.
keep the
No
hands.
questions. Valid question.
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to take them from me?
Did they also disappear? That was the question.
No, arms did not disappear.
Good to know.
Arms are still there. We'll find out what they look like on the next episode. But
Great. Looking forward to it.
is that a Maine Coon? What's his or her name?
Oh no, Poof. Poof is a ragamuffin. That's Poof.
And can the hands be used to cast spells?
Probably not anymore.
Never know. Maybe she was very, very. Oh, God.
See, I appreciate this because my friends have judged me, I think, too harshly with this war crimes chant. And yet, here's the chat. Here's the chat giving me all the love and support.
Like maybe your target audience is war crime enthusiasts. I don't
I was
know.
going to say the
Where were
COJ.
they during their first
They
stream?
are murder enthusiasts. So yeah, I mean,
You know,
we
it's
have
a
been
marketing
planning a
strategy.
coup of my brother's Twitch channel. So maybe they're not the best people.
You know, it was just
Or maybe they are.
workman-like efficiency solving a problem.
It was a commitment. It was a strong commitment.
Farewell to arms. That's spectacular.
I feel like I would
Spectacular.
use workman-like efficiency to describe a studio downtown.
Seems good.
That is beautiful. So
I like.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to just say I like that the arm ripping has transferred to this D&D game because it's like a big thing in our Wednesday night campaign because an owlbear ripped off somebody's arms to feed its young one time.
Oh,
It's fair.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
intense.
One of our PCs.
That feels more noble. That feels more like a Les Mis kind of
Yeah,
situation.
owlbear. Yeah, owlbear
Yes.
ripped off his arm. Like only one arm
Sure.
to feed her owlbear chick cubs. Chick cubs. Hard to say.
Sure. The
Chubs.
Jean Valjean of
Chubs.
Owlbear.
Owlbear chubs.
I'm into it.
Lots of magic, lots of innovative stuff. I mean, I enjoy. I mean, anybody who's played as a PC in my games know that I love the DMing device of having to pick skills and having to kind of narrate along with them. And I thought that there was great. Starting off with religion, Becker, that was awesome. Deception, history, athletics, investigation. I think every time we do it, we have like a different mix, and it's a really interesting mix of players, like with the four of you. And maybe for everybody that hasn't had a chance to watch before, do we want to just go around and just like say who you are, what you play, class, race, etc.?
I suppose we didn't like have our huge sign off, did we?
No, we didn't.
No.
Yeah, I wanted. We had people in the chat, so I wanted to get straight to the hard
That's
hitting
fair. That's reasonable.
questions. You know,
Give the people what they want,
yeah, give the people.
which is apparently to ask questions about ripping off arms.
Arms Gone Wild, or just gone in general.
Beautiful.
Nate, you want to start us off as you want to do?
Yeah, so I am Nate, your D&D ringer. I play Owlin Wizard Horton Abernathy, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Cubicle Zombie.
I'm Warrior. I play Highland. Highland is a Minotaur Draconic Bloodline sorcerer. You can find me at Warrior MN on the socials.
I am Christy. I play Fern Fandolin, who is a half-elf sorcerer Tempest Cleric hybrid. And you can find me on Twitter at Lady Christy and Instagram at Lady Christy K.
I'm Joel, playing Becker Stokes. He is a human fighter / cleric. You can find me at Finger Twitchings on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and whatever else is out there. Or just go straight to my blog, which is Finger Twitchings. Easy enough.
Yeah, and I realized I was not keeping up on the banners, so if you want to find Nate, boom, Cubicle Zombie. If you want to find Ryan, boom, we're in Minnesota. If you want to follow Christy, bow. Lady Christy or Lady Christy K. Padow? Oh, that was pretty good.
That was Buddy going down to the basement. We have the door, the basement door has a little pulley system on it, so he can push it. And then it doesn't slam closed, but it doesn't not slam closed.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Other questions from the chat or from you guys? I told Mr. Mix he had to make a nature check for a skill check for tea preparation. Mix playing by old school 3rd edition rules. Ooh. Human fighter cleric makes the arm thing funnier. It does. It's been
really
a good thread as we've been moving through.
Well, and I may hold on to them and try to sell them later, thus becoming an arms dealer.
Stealing my stars.
An arms stealer isn't enough, but he's got to become an arms dealer.
Sell that like me. Giveaways from that world.
True.
Hey, no one ever said you needed to use your hands to pray to your God. Jesus.
I mean,
oh man. And as usual, biting my butt.
I bought the big BBEG of Drakewind Falls.
It's true.
Chat on fire tonight.
All they needed was some arm ripping, and they're taking it off, running.
A good question: are you going to use them to the rack to make an arms? Damn. Yeah, I mean, how is the now that you know that it's the Dragoon that you encountered before? I mean, how do you guys feel about your second encounter with them and how that went in general?
I mean, it was more successful this time than last time, that's for sure.
It was.
I can't believe you counterspelled that shit.
I
That
know.
was really
I was
cool.
super surprised. I rolled a freaking 19.
I mean, it is often you counter a 9th level spell.
No, absolutely not.
Horton's a clutch player, man.
Yeah,
I guess so.
yeah. She doesn't have any like legendary action. She was just badass.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lizard Dragoon or Jumpy Dragoon. So the Dragoon is a custom class, Mitch. I used them previously in this campaign, and let me see. I can bring. Well, I don't want to show you everything, but I'll show you. I'll show you a little tidbit here and share my screen. Yes, I realized that I don't have 2 screens. There we go. So this is what the Dragoon typically appear like. It
Just
is
without arms.
Yeah, just so picture that without arms. Yes,
Fingers.
and without the armor. And so that's probably one of the only reasons why you were able to really hit her, because in order to transmute, she has to like shed essentially the scales, which dropped her armor class to where you guys were just like you were hitting like all the time. So yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty brutal. Once you got past that, it was tough sledding for me to do much with that. Could you modify a resurrection animate dead spell to make the arms do things? Oh God, I don't know that anybody is proficient in being able to do that.
Maybe in a few levels when he's a fighter / cleric / warlock.
I can just use Mage Hand to move him around though.
Yeah. Yes, like Venus to Drago. Exactly.
Venus to Drago. Brilliant.
But yeah, that's the Dragoon. In this world that we've created using a system called Microscope, we've gone through and basically created a world through this kind of iterative role-playing game where we take different lenses about kind of a world or a history or kind of a shared narrative, and we kind of build it out. And so the Dragoon were one of the kind of races or cultures that exist in this larger world that we created using Microscope by Ben Robbins. Super cool. Check it out, lamemage.com and at lamemage. And he's made a bunch of different ones. Kingdoms is about like a specific, kind of land and kind of governance. And he's done one with kind of like relationships and shared histories and families and things like that. And so, yeah, we have that, and we're kind of building that out, or we've built that out. And now I'm hoping to, we're hoping to kind of populate that on Drakewind.academy. Go check it out. We got some basic stuff up there, but we have a whole, kind of infrastructure of this that I suppose I could also share, because I always have that up when I am running. But yeah. Other thoughts or questions from you guys? Beep, boop. Which one is it on? So yeah, the timeline, share screen, boom, window. Yeah, so this is kind of what it looks like. We've put all these in. We had different lenses that we went through, made some titles and a timeline. And so this is basically populating everything that we had, and then, had these kind of moments of light and darkness in the world that basically made everything from a kind of prehistory all the way through present. And some of these are events, some of these are periods. And then we are here at 502 after founding. So yeah, questions in the chat. First time jumping in. Typically, do you like to play straight and serious, or are you murder hobos? I don't know. You guys can take that one.
I don't think murder hobo. Just
I mean, you are a hobo.
Actually,
that is true. You are a hobo, and you have murdered people. So
you're kind of the definition of a murder hobo right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not.
I mean, it can be a phase for you.
People out to kill, though. I'm not like slaughtering NPCs every time we walk into a bar.
I'm just saying.
To be fair, how many NPCs have we ran into?
Also, Becker was taking waves of magic missiles. I was attacked by the gift James gave me at the beginning repeatedly.
That was fucking hilarious.
Like with more converging down to attack me. And when you guys catch up, what does Fern do? Oh, I think I'm going to wait and see what happens next turn before intervening. He's probably fine. Like, at a certain point, you just have to go, okay, there is no help coming.
It was very Orenvite of you. Oh, man.
I thought we were just going to leave. I thought we were just going to go.
Hey guys, let's just take
Like,
off.
hey, we don't have to fight these people.
Yeah.
We just go.
Let's just run.
We just go.
I'm glad I actually successfully got to use Wind because I've literally never used that in a campaign because it came out in Xanthars, and
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really
It was
fun.
pretty good.
I think it's great.
I wish you had just been like, fuck this, and like pieced out on top of your dog, just flown up on your dog. Just been like, nope. See you guys
Don't need the
later.
dragon
Maybe.
now. Bye.
Maybe.
I thought about it.
You said Drakewind Ma? Okay. Yeah, see you there.
Catch you later.
Yeah,
I
push
also
G.
feel like using dragon magic against the Dragoon was pretty fun.
That was pretty dope.
I was gonna be really sad if I didn't successfully do that because it's
That's
a
good.
fucking 3rd level spell.
Yeah, another question from the chat, DM specific question. I haven't seen too many DMs just openly share their behind the screen roles. I honestly loved any inspiration behind that. I think it's just like, I think it's more fun to like hear what we roll. I mean, all the players are always sharing that. And I think that to me, like great success and great failure are far more exciting than kind of like the middle ground. And like, it's great to barely make a saving throw. But I think it's also, you know, good rolls and bad rolls. Sometimes as the DM, you'd love to just like put a shellacking on your players so that you add some, you know, some gravity to the situation and some like sense of urgency. And sometimes, man, you just can't roll to save your life. And that goes around a lot in this group. And I think that it's nice to.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think we roll really great all the time. I don't know.
You guys come back on the 21st. Celebrate the Ringer's birthday with us and just see how well Christy rolls. We'll just
real
see.
bad.
Real good.
The dice made me do it.
Yeah, wait and see turns into F around and find out real quick. That's true. Did anyone remember the cake for a tea? Yeah, if you cheat in D&D, something has gone wrong. Yeah, I mean, I listen, as a DM, like I'm not above fudging rolls if I have to, like for narrative's sake, because it's like any other set of rules. You know, it's there was a great like reel on Instagram that I saw today that was basically talking about like no one is going to like at the end of your life hold you up as a paragon of virtue for not ending phrases in prepositions, right? Like it's like grammar. Like grammar is a means of setting up the basic rules of communication and then it's just jazz. And I think that D&D is kind of like that. Like it's like, you know, the rules and like we all abide by them. But in the end, I feel like we're all really narrative based players and we do a lot of like role play. And I think that that's the games we like. You know, we can go for God, how many episodes with like zero fighting, you know, it was just like great world development and like amazing role playing from you guys. And so, yeah, it was great.
I mean, you did have to fudge your rolls that one time we fought a chocolate golem, though.
That is true. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was it was
very in character.
It was a mystery. It was a mystery. Yeah. Also, let's be honest, here doesn't have like 20 character ideas ready to go. Yeah.
Seriously,
it's not not wrong.
I may have those.
And Party Starters Volume 1.
You could have 10 of them for the low cost of, I don't know, however much that book is.
Yeah. Mix, I so lucky. I feel like I played with King Ginger, like he was who got me into playing, and then like I've been able to play, I think, in groups with all of you guys as well, like in addition to DMing for this group. And yeah, if it's like a weird adversarial thing, I'm done. I don't want to be in I don't want to be playing in a game that like I'm not like telling a story with the players. But Joel, you have something?
Nope.
No, not about any other experiences that we've had together.
Nope. It had to be completely unrelated.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, work-life balance. We're just laughing about work-life balance. But yeah, that's very true. I don't think that there's anything. Well, there are things that are worse, but it's one of the worst things to like have a weird adversarial relationship with the DM. And I hope that none of my players ever feel like I'm like out to make their lives miserable. But yeah, I think that critical failures are like just as fun as critical successes if you do them right. They end up being like lasting jokes or temporary or maybe sometimes semi-permanent disadvantages. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you hork. It happens. You know?
That's the truth.
Or sometimes it's just
And you whore.
your crystal cuts you again.
Hey, at least you have a crystal now. It did try to stab you, but
That's so great.
you have one. You were the only one that didn't have a crystal.
Yeah, now that you have a crystal, we can let you into the treehouse.
Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, I think that oh wow. Making bacon wraps.
It's the perfect time to get them.
Mitch, I love that for you.
That's beautiful.
That makes me so happy. You deserve those bacon rapscallions, man. Holy shit. I never have that kind of luck with weird food shit. Oh, that's not true. I put Joel to sleep a bunch of times in our game.
That wet ass.
Yeah, those wet ass pork chops.
Wet ass pork
To the
chops,
number.
man. I miss this. Spike, I don't know how I missed this, but but yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I had a fun time. I hope that you guys did too.
Always.
Any other questions? Fighter with low int who attacked his own head with his longsword, defeat a brain wall, caused permanent
Dang.
-1 his heart. That's high quality.
I love it.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Go ahead,
I
dude.
kind of can't wait for like King is starting Chaos Scar, so like people from the COJ, like my brother's crew, are gonna play in that. And I know that he's doing one for a couple of the folks, Mitch and I think Spike and Shaggy. I can't remember who else playing, and he's doing like a one shot. But yeah, if you guys are interested, if you like D&D, if you like what you saw here, or kind of any of the other stuff. Stay tuned to Known World United. If you're interested in participating outside of kind of COJ and Dave Wonder stuff, Extra Life, baby, come play with us in November. We'll be playing as always to raise funds
72
for
hours of D&D.
Gillette Children's Specialty Healthcare here. We're gonna go and I think do a visit this summer. They've invited us to come and check things out, and so hopefully we'll have some fun content, getting to meet some of the folks that have been handling all the kind of fundraising and stuff with Gillette. So yeah, and then yeah, you can catch us back here. We'll be back here on the 21st this weekend. Lady Christie and the Antagonizer will be having a lovely, loving love to celebrate their glorious union,
Indeed.
or the anniversary of their glorious union, or the
Yeah.
continuation of the glorious union.
I mean, our wedding anniversary.
Yeah, I like calling it the glorious union.
I mean,
That's me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to call it.
You gotta embellish.
Continuation of our glorious union is a great band name.
Yeah, it totally is.
That sounds like a 1990s
Yeah, no doubt.
band.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not
Yeah,
a good,
no
it's
doubt.
not a good band, but it's a great band name.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're terrible, but everyone's like, should I get like they had their first album sold a lot because everyone's like, I should probably get this and at least just have it on my CD rack so people are like,
Yeah,
oh,
so people
you,
see
yeah,
it.
it has that like right level of pretentiousness for that, and then everyone was like, woof, this sucks. didn't buy anything else.
Quiz G asking the questions that will need to be answered on the next episode. Does the arm have a wedding ring on it?
Are you guys married now, Becker?
Whoa!
Roll that investigation check.
But yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back on the 21st for some more Drakewind Falls, and I think that it makes sense to give everybody a level. We haven't leveled up yet in Drakewind Falls, and I feel like it's a good milestone to mark. And you've survived 2 fights with the Dragoon now, and so yes,
Should we
a level we will have.
should we roll hit points on stream? I heard like really
Totally
established,
should.
very super cool
Let's
streams do
go.
that.
The best, sweetest,
Fun.
sweetest. Yeah. Annual
Let's do
markation,
it.
celebration, and observation remembrance of the glorious union.
Thank you all.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna roll stream.
Fun as always.
Just
Fearless
marry your
leader.
DM. There's perks.
It's
Good
a
stuff.
D6 because I'm a sorcerer.
Yeah, that's all I got too. I got 3 on my D6, so that's better than 2 other numbers.
I rolled a 6. 'Cause I'm
Nice.
We've established this.
So yes, lovely rolls, lovely times as always. Thanks to everybody from the COJ for dropping by. Dave, you're still around. Mix rolled a rock. And
I always roll a rock.
sure seems like it.
Everybody rolls initiative and they're like, I got a 14, I got a 16, I got a 20. And I just go, I got a rock. Every time.
Got a rock.
I got a rock. Yeah, so I'll roll the rock. I'll roll the rock. Okay, so check us out every other Saturday, typically here on twitch.tv/KnownWorldUnited. You can follow us at KnownWorldUnite on Twitter. Follow us at Drakewind. Check out Drakewind.academy. As always, check out Ben Robbins' Microscope, and check out all of our lovely people. The Nate, the Worrier, the Christy, the Joel, and come hang out with us. And I don't know, follow me too. Why not? And check out Known World United here on Twitch tomorrow night. They'll be bad at games. Your King Ginger will be bad at something. What will we be bad at? Who knows? But we'll be bad at it. And then Sunday, another episode of Prep School. If you didn't have a chance to watch last week's, for all the COG folks, New Money Matt Lind was King's guest, and it was a super fun episode. I just had a chance to catch up a little bit with it today. So worth a visit over to the old Twitch or our YouTube. So thanks to everybody for dropping by. Drakewind Falls, we loved having you. And come back and join us
hang
on
out.
the 21st.
Maybe someone else's arms will get
See you
ripped off.
Saturday. Maybe.
Good.
I rolled an ankle. I think I did something wrong.
Saint is
Oh.
its arms race.
This is the kind of energy we need in the chat, people. It can't just be our terrible jokes.
Or can it?
I made a